Eyes on.
Con. All right, Shalom.
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 Brothers from Great Millstone, New Orleans, coming at you with a live sit down lesson. Okay. Prior to getting started, we like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Bashem
Hashem
Yahushua,
Yahshua
Yahshua
Bashem
Hamashiach.
Rakadash.
Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations through elect. Shalom. All
Shalom.
Shalom.
right, and today's lesson will be predicated, all right, on the fact that hey, this game is rigged for the elect to win. Okay, the game is rigged for the elect to win, and we're gonna prove that by using the scriptures. You see, but Hezekiah, start me off with the book of Amos, chapter 3 and 1 and verse 2. All right, to give an understanding on all right who the game is for in the first place. All right, go ahead.
Khan, this is Amos 3 and verse 1. It says, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
All right, and I brought this particular scripture out to show, all right, that the Lord is ultimately dealing with Israel only, man. All right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, from Judah all the way down to Issachar. That's who the Lord is dealing with. But within that, there is an Israel of Israel, and we ain't gonna get that just yet. Okay, which that Israel of Israel is going into the elect. But I just want to hammer the point home that the Lord is dealing with Israel, man. Okay, not those gutter rats that are in our land, that's occupying our land in wickedness right now. Okay, but those that have been scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. You see, that's who the Lord is dealing with. Go ahead with what I gave you, Azaria.
Turn. This second Ezra 5, starting at 22. And my soul recovered the spirit of understanding. And I began to talk with the Most High again.
Go down to I'm gonna get you to go to verse 28. All right.
Turn. So they keep reading all the way through.
I stop you when need be.
Turn. Verse 22, 23. It said, O Lord that bears rule of every wood of the earth and of the trees thereof. Thou hast chosen only one vine.
All right. So real quick, I got the brother reading this, okay, to show you and really to back up what we brought out in the book of Amos, okay,
Turn.
showing that the Lord he has specific things in which he desires to deal with, and this is an indication of some of the certain things in which the Lord has created for his own purpose. All right, go ahead.
Turn.
It said real quick. It said out of every wood of the earth and of all the trees thereof thou hast chosen thee only one vine, showing you like, all right, there are shit thousands of trees and vines, okay, and woods that are upon the face of the earth, okay, and the Lord has chosen one. You see, contrary to popular belief, the Lord has a favorite of everything on the face of the planet Earth, man. A favorite color, a favorite people, a favorite animal, a favorite plant, and which is going to get into some of those things. Which the point is in 20, what is that 26, if I'm not mistaken. No, 27. Go ahead, I keep reading.
Turn. Verse 24. And, and of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily.
And what is that? What is that land? Okay, our homeland, man. Israel, that actual landmass. You see, that's the Lord's favorite place on the whole planet Earth. Israel, man. Okay, in which is a result of why we're gonna get that land again. Okay, his favorite people is gonna return back to his favorite portion of the earth. All right, keep going.
All right. Verse 25. And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river. And of all the builded cities, thou hast hollowed Zion unto thyself.
Real quick, Amat, grab me that word hallowed in the online etymology. And I'll wait for that, man. Okay. You know, the when you get into the scriptures, man, and you look at it as a whole, this book is for one people, and that people is Israel, man. All right, the Israelites. That's who this book is for. This is a history book, and it also shows, all right, the future, all right, the past, present, and future of the Israelites. You see, this is not for the Edomites. This is not for the Ishmaelites. None of those other nations. Okay, only Israel. Go ahead with that that definition.
Con, I got the definition of hollow in the online etymology. It says in the verb, it says to make holy, sanctify, to honor as holy, consecrate, ordain, holy.
Con, going into that whole that word separatist, man. Okay, the Lord has made Israel separate. Okay, from the rest of the nations, the other 17 nations. You see? Keep going, Azaria.
Con. This 2 Ezra 5 and 26. And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep.
Showing you that even further, homing in the point that there's a favorite. All right, I'm building up, all right, to explain that even in Israel, the Lord has a favorite. You see? That's where we going with this. Finish it out in 27.
I got a precept too.
Con.
And among all the multitudes of people, thou hast gotten thee one people. And unto the people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all.
That's right. All right. Further homing in the point in which I explained. All right, the Lord has one people, you see, that he deals with. He's given the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. That's really what defines us from every other nation, man. Okay. But go ahead with your precept, Kushab, and we'll get some precepts and then we'll press forward. Go ahead, Kushab, and then Amat.
God, that's to back up that point that you was making about I think you said something about the Lord basically cutting us off, from the other different nations or something like that. So this is Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. It says, "And ye shall be holy unto me, for I am the Lord Yahweh am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine." You got it.
Right. To completely separate. All right. I just was looking over that word sever maybe about a week ago, and it means to completely separate. Right. And that's what the law, statutes, and commandments have done for us, man, for the nation of Israel. All right. It has given us the proper way to live. Okay. Which obviously we can see through by way of what? Social media and, being in the presence of these other nations. They don't have that. And they show that they don't have that. You see? But go ahead, Amat.
Con, I got a precept backing up what you just said. This is Deuteronomy 4 and 5, and I'm going to read to 6. And it says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye should go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of nations, which shall hear all the statutes, say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people." God, and this is what we was been given, to make a difference, man. Because the Lord had given us this law, statutes, and commandments so we could live, and live accordingly to his will, but live differently from the nations. So whenever the nations see us, keeping law, statutes, and commandments, they look at us as like this great nation, a wise people.
Going into that word Zion, all right, that monument. You see, you want to say something, Azari?
Nah, I just had a precept backing up that 2 Ezra 5:27.
Go ahead.
Con, this is Psalms 147. We're gonna start at 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statute and his judgment unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh.
All right, these other nations, all right, have been completely separated. All right, and the Lord is very specific in which the who this truth, the promises, okay, the inheritance is for. He's been very specific throughout the whole scriptures. All right, which we're gonna get that in the book of Romans, the 11th chapter. All right, 8 and Kabal, hold that on deck, and I want you to grab that word election. All right. Anybody else have a precept before we go?
I
I
was
got
in I
some.
was I was in Romans 11, but I did have a precept though. I did have one.
Con, I'm gonna get Judah Kazak, and then I'm gonna get you out. Go ahead, Judah.
Okay, this the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verses 8 through 9, and it reads, when the Most High divided to the nations the inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Right. Furthermore, backing up the point, man. Okay, that the Lord is being very direct when he goes into separating inheritance and things of that nature. And the same is gonna be for when we get into it, right? Going into the elect. All right. Because 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they won't get it on this side, man. All right. They're not gonna get this thing of ours, okay, and to be one of those first fruits. You see, which we'll get into that. But I'll get y'all brothers to get y'all precepts. Go ahead now, Hoya, and then whoever else, I'm gonna come at you after that. Kabar.
Con, this is y'all can hear me?
Go ahead.
Oh, Con. This is 2 Ezra 6, and I'll read 58. It says, but we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. I wanted to hop on that point, that fervent lover, because this is talking about Israel when you read the context, right? And to when you go a couple verses up, it spoke about how the other nations are likened unto spittle, the other nations that come from Adam or nothing, right? And then it jumps down to Israel being that fervent lover, showing you the severing of the separation, that the Lord has between the Israelites and these other nations. I had this fervent lover in the AI overview. It says someone who expresses passionate, intense, and deeply sincere affection. To boil, me meaning to boil, to be hot, right? So that's just how the Lord feels, about Israel. But you got it, bro.
Any of you brothers hear that popping noise, or is that just on my screen?
Yeah, I hear it on your screen.
I think that's your mic.
My mic.
Yeah, because when you was on mute, I didn't hear it.
Let me go out and come back in.
Uh, yeah, you had one hot right, Cabal? You had one next?
I was on that Romans 11 and 7 for the bro.
Brothers had anything else for that brother bring it out? What the shit still on there? Yeah, go ahead.
What you talking me? Ain't bro? Come on, bro. Got precept before I bring
Yeah,
that brother living
I got
something.
one, bro.
Yeah, I
Hey, go
didn't
ahead,
have a
Deshaun.
precept. I didn't have a precept, but I had a word to back you up with the election.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all the people that are upon the face of the earth." But that's just backing up that.
Yeah,
It
it's
still
still
make that
going.
noise, bro.
You might have put you some headphones or something. And not. Go ahead, decide.
I'm going to read it one more time. It's Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." But backing up that overall point, okay, the Lord choosing Israel above the other nations, man. Okay, because like brother's been saying, man, there's 18 nations that's on the planet Earth, but the Lord has chosen one nation of people, man, for himself. And that's the nation of Israel. But you got it.
Yeah, go ahead, Cabal. Bring out that Romans 11.
Is Romans 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he had seeked for, but the election have obtained it, but the rest were blinded. Yeah, basically, yeah, just going to how, like, hey, even like through Israel, the Lord, he selected, you know, certain men to obtain the truth, man. That few people to understand, hey, man, to come back, to return back to their inheritance, man. Why, hey, the rest of Israel, man, the 2/3, they'll be discontinued from their heritage, man. They'll be blinded by the ways of this world. So, hey, man, they'll be destroyed. But it's tainted. But it say only election go obtain the wisdom and knowledge, man, understanding. You know, which I'm going to that word election. But I think you say you had the word. You had that word.
No, I could get it, but I had a
I
word
got it. Yeah,
going into it.
uh, I got it.
You got it.
Yeah, it's the word election. The Greek.
Strong's G 1589 eklage. Eklage.
Yeah, it means the act of picking out, choosing of the act of the Most High's free will, by which before the foundation of the world he decreed his blessings to certain people, persons. The decree made from choice by which he determined to bless certain persons through Yahushua by grace alone. A thing, a person chosen, a persons, the Most High's elect. And that's heavy right there, man. They're showing that, hey, man, hey, the Lord, he picked, it's the elect of the election, man, in a sense, man. Just like, hey, man, they got, like, it's just like a team, man. And the team is an MVP. And the elect, man, they are the MVPs, man, of the chosen people, man. And Lord way, man, we'll be up there knowing, man, which, hey, the Lord, he chose, what I'm saying? He chose the election from the beginning, which, matter of fact, brother could get Galatians, I think Galatians 1. Let me get it. Let's see, where is that?
I got some to back you up too.
Yeah,
And if I can make a quick point, every team, when you look at the NFL, the NBA, even in the boxing world, the MMA world, you always have the top guys. You have those that's of a lower rank, a lower stature. Certain people that on a team, they might play a role. But then you always have that guy, when it's crunch time, that they look to, that they paying the big bucks for, in order to deliver them the promise on the championship or whatever it may be. You know, whatever the incorruptible, I mean, the corruptible crown is, the same is for the elect. You know, that's who Yahweh Shai, Most High looks at, you know, as the ones that's going to, you know, stand stiffly for the name. That's the ones that's ultimately going to be here, you know, to usher in the kingdom, man. You know, you know, in a sense, it's like having the star players. You know, that's why we say the elect of the elect, man. You know, but you got it.
Yeah, brother, get the Galatians, not Galatians, Ephesians 1 and 3.
I got it.
And
This
read
a,
down the 4.
all right, kind of. This is Ephesians 1 and 3. It says, "Blessed be the Most High and Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who have blessed us with a spiritual blessing in heavenly places in Hamashiach, according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love." You want me to read it again?
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Kind of, I get you.
Yeah, read it again. Yeah, it's a lot, man.
This is Ephesians 1 and 3. It says, blessed be the Most High and Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who have blessed us with a spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Hamashiach, according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love.
Yeah, it's back to the point of that definition of the election, man, according to Greek. You know, it said they was chosen before the foundation of the world, man. You know, they was chosen. We say, man, you know, backing up that Jeremiah 1, we say, man, before I formed thee, I knew thee, you know, now I chose thee out of the world. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's talking about the elect right there, man, because only elect is gonna obtain that holiness, man. You know, the righteousness, you know. We say, man, they're the ones that the Lord picked out, man, to be holy on this side. To what? To obtain salvation, man. You know what I'm saying? Was it Kushai, you got one, huh, bro?
Yeah. Real quick, there's the one that brought a call for earlier with that to go with that Romans 11. This Romans 9 and 6. I'm reading the KJV, but then I'm reading the NLT. This Romans 9 and 6, it says, "Not as though the word of the Most High had taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham, but they are children. But in Isaac thy seed shall be called. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of the Most High, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed." So I'm reading NLT. It says, "Well, then," verse 6, it says, "Well, then had the Most High failed to fulfill his promise to Israel? No," right? So it's not the promise, you know, not, it says no, it hasn't been failed, you know, the promise, right? So it says no. For not all who are born into the nation of Israel are truly members of the Most High's people. You see?
Mhm.
So that's it's showing you that it's a separation between, you know, basically, you know, the elect and, you know, just being a regular Israelite. You know, that's why we say, you know, it's not just a light thing to be called into, you know, having a chance and a part to be of the firstborn, you know, of the first fruits, you know, watching the kingdom actually be built, sitting at the governing table, all right, at the seat with Yahweh Shai, man. You know, you brothers got it.
God, brothers got precepts. Go ahead, Zari.
Just back up the point of us being predestined by Yahweh by Shema Shai. This Romans 8 and 29 and 30. For whom he did foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, he also glorified. Just to back up that this was already set in motion since the beginning of the world. So it ain't nothing of our doing, but the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai. But you got it out.
Was there, brother? Get John chapter 17 and start verse 6. Just from back up the point that he Yahweh Shai, he basically, hey, the law, he separate, man, the elect of Israel, you know.
I got
Hey,
that.
Salaki, can I get that in another translation? I have got to tell you that.
Oh, go ahead.
Con, the water. This the Romans 8 in the MSG. Quashab, don't say nothing. This Romans 8 and 29. God knew what he was doing from the very beginning. He decided from the outset to shape the lives of those who he loved, him alone, the same line as the life of his son. The son stand first in line of humanity he restored. We see the original and intended shape of our lives there in him. After God made the decision of what his children should be like, he followed it up by calling people by the name. After he called them by their name, he set them on a solid basis with himself. And then after getting them established, he stayed with them to the end, gloriously completing what he began. You got it out.
Which again, hey, the law is separated, man. He separated, man, us from the rest of Israel, man. The law will of the elect. We should go back that up with that John 17, man, verse 6. Start verse 6.
God, this is John 17 and verse 6, and it says, I have manifested thy name unto men, which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word.
Man.
Read it again, Ahmad.
God, this is John verse 17 and verse 6. John 17, verse 6, it says, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and thou hast kept thy word. And they
Right.
have kept thy word.
It said that, in this red letters, Yahweh Shai speaking, right? On what? Them being manifested. It says, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. So those men, all right, are being manifested in these latter times, man. Being back out here on the highways and hedges, you know, speaking the word in spirit and in truth, man. You know, you want to say something, Kabal?
Can you read verse 6?
Yeah, that's what we just read.
Yeah, Briz. Yeah, basically, y'all was trying to say, I manifest thy name, man. Unto men which thou gavest me out of the world. Which, hey, man, that world, you know what I'm saying? It's Israel. When you go into that Greek word, cosmos, man, that's referring to Israel. Because as we got, previous scriptures, man, the law only deals with Israel, man, not the whole world. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he said out of it. He said out of the world, though. So, like, again, the Lord picked out the elect from the world of Israel. The election, man. He gave them that, it basically said, they the only ones that go, they got the name. Yahweh Shai, man. What say is according to Sirach 17. What say,
I
you
got
got
that.
them?
I was holding
Go
it.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you could bring it up, Judah, or whoever.
Yeah, I was holding it.
Yeah,
It's
you could bring
Sirach 17 and 10, and it reads, and the elect shall praise his holy name.
That's plain. Just tell you, hey, man, what John 17:6 is talking about, man. We say read the whole chapter is going to elect, man. No, y'all shy, yeah, you talking about his elect right here. The elect of Israel. The elect of the elect, man. Keep going in verse 7.
you talking to me?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. This is John 17 and verse 7. And it says, now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the word which thou hast gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me.
Can I read out verse 9?
God. Verse 9 it says, I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
Yeah, so I pray for them, not for the world. We'll say again that world is referring to Israel, you know. So again, the Lord is not dealing with the whole Israel, man. He's dealing with his elect, man, that 1/3. You know, he said you only pray for them. You got something? You want to say something, Deshaun?
Nah, I got a precept.
Deshaun, you want to say something?
Yeah, you get me? Yeah, I said I got a precept.
You say you got
Go
a
ahead.
priest.
Go ahead. Say you got a precept. I don't know, bro. This fucking stream y'all tripping.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, bro. Say it, man.
Wild enough.
And Satan
This
tripping.
this gonna back up what he said though. This Zechariah chapter 13, and I'm gonna start at 8. It says,
Yeah, I can't even hear the brother. You might, break it down. I can't even hear y'all.
Yeah. He could break
uh,
it down.
it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. But that's just backing up the point of what the brother said, okay? Which 2/3 of our people, okay, as he mentioned, is not gonna get it on this side, man. Okay, so they're slated for destruction. Okay, but it says on the third should be left therein. Okay, but that's the elect. All right, the ones that he's gonna try and actually gonna call upon the name of the Lord, man, on this side. Okay, but there's the ones there's the people that the Lord is choosing out of the nation of Israel, man. But you got it.
I
Yeah.
got
And
one.
ultimately, if I could add to the brother, you got it after that, Nahoya. Ultimately it said I would bring them through the fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like the spirit been, kind of a little bit heavy on that topic of, being refined. We go into, that word refined, it says to bring back to the purest estate possible, you know. And that's what the Lord is doing with those elect men because those were the same men from the beginning. So through reincarnation, it's more, especially in this captivity, it's more and more dross that's upon us. So we have to be refined more and more and more, and made into that, whatchamacallit, that image again, you know. But go ahead, Nahalia. That pure
Con,
image, you got it.
yeah, this Proverbs 25:4. It says, take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the final. Right. And he just read that Zechariah 13:8, right? 2/3 of our people are gonna be cut off. Right. They represent the impure of Israel,
The
right?
dross. That's
The
the
dross.
dross.
The
Hmm.
dross, yep. That's they represent the impurities, right? It says, yeah, take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth the vessel for the finer, right? And when you cut off 2/3 of our people, and there's that 1/3 left therein that's been brought through the refinery, right? You're left with a vessel for the finer. Are you left with the precious elect?
Yep.
But you got it, bro.
Yeah. Brothers holding anything else?
Yeah, I got something. So it's a
Uh,
quick one.
Go
Yeah, I
You
ahead,
got
do
know,
the
one, bro.
Kazak.
Oh, you got it.
You got one too, Kabar? All right.
Yeah, let him go first.
yeah, it's a quick one because ultimately the elect, we go call upon them names. This is Psalms 124:8, and it reads, our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. And part of being, around this ministry, what I'm saying, the hope for elect, you got to know the names. We know the names. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. 2/3 of our people, they still call upon Jesus and all these other names, bro. That's not the names. And the elect realize, and we've been taught through the Spirit, believe those the names, bro. You got to, Arthur. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I say in Sirach 17:10 that the elect are going to be the ones to praise His holy name. You know, the name is separate. You know, and those men have that name, which is basically like the keys to salvation, man. You know, but you got it, Cabal.
Kind of Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. It's back to what bro was saying earlier, how like, hey, that fire, that spiritual fire is making up the elect, man. And as we
Hmm.
see right now, was a man basically the brother Kalai, man. That's basically the lesson that he wasn't going to an election, man. That hey, the elect, it's rigged, man. We gonna win. You know what I'm saying? We'll the elect, man, we gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, hey, man, we're going through spiritual fire to way, man. We catch a hell. We're going through afflictions. You know what I'm saying? No trials, tribulation, man. But all that's a part of us of obtaining salvation, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be a part of the election, man. The Lord's election, man. It's all a part of it. You know? We'll say again, that's what makes us chosen, man, by us making it through it, though, man. You know? At the
Yeah,
end of the day, man, we don't know we're chosen yet, man. We just called right now. You want to say something, Kashab? Saladi.
yeah. If a brother could grab Revelation 15:2, and
I got you.
you had brought your precept about Cabal.
Yeah, I brought it up.
Uh, and another brother could give me Colossians chapter 3.
I'll get it.
You know, because like the brother's been saying, the game is rigged. This thing is already written out. All right. We just playing through the what you call it? We just cosplaying. The Most High is pulling the strings for the men, and we just going out there and we just doing our job, man. You know,
Yeah, we're just playing our role. You
that's
know?
it. Yeah, and if we be of the elect, so be it. Call him like y'all, but Shai. But we
Mhm.
understand that this thing is already written. All right, through the Spirit, it has happened already. So it's nothing, that can stop us from actually, getting the victory. Which the brother about to read in that Revelation 15, man. You know, go ahead, Art.
Con. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 15, verse 2. It says, "And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire,
Hmm.
and them that had gotten the victory over the beast."
Right. So it is already predetermined that the elect will have victory over the beast, man. All right. That's all. This written in the scriptures. John saw the vision, man. You know. Go ahead, brother.
Con. It says, "And over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on a sea of glass, having harps of God." Having the harps of God, Salaki.
Yeah. Read it from that latter part again, where it said the victory over the beast, Baba Kishar.
Con.
And I'm gonna read it in the NLT from that part.
Con. It says, "And them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God."
Right. So when you read it in the NLT, it says, and on it stood all the people who had been victorious. You see? So that victory is, already written. Like I said, John saw it, man. Brother could give me a 1 John 5:4, I believe, you know, because at the end of the day, this is something that you have to believe, right? Like the brother said, the game is rigged. This is already written. We are returning back in our lots, all right, as he told Daniel in a latter end to stand up and see what thy end be, stand up in our lot and see what thy end be. Hey man, Daniel's back, man. Standing in that same lot, waiting to be rewarded the victory. But get that 1 John 5 real quick. You got something?
I got that 1 John 5:4. You want it?
Yeah.
Con. This is the book of 1 John chapter 5 and verse 4. For whatsoever is born of God overcometh the world. And this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith.
Right. And this backs up the Revelation 15. So whatsoever is born of the most high, born through Yahweh Bashim Shai, it overcometh the world. And we are gonna overcome, the MOTB, Jacob's trouble, all right, all the said perils. Brother could get that for me, in second address, man. These things were, we were born to overcome these things, man. You know, the victory is already written. That's why it says, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith, right? And that's the point, man. You see, that's cool. They got a little more, but that's cool. And a brother could grab that Colossians 3 and 12. You got something, Cabal?
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead
Colossians.
with go ahead with that. What you got, Cabal?
All right, it's this second Ezra chapter 2. I'm gonna start verse 41. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord that thou people which have been called from the beginning to be hallowed, was a we brought that word earlier, hollow, to make holy, man. The elect. Let's talk about the elect right there, man. You know, and it says in verse 42, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. In the midst, in the midst of them, there was a young man of higher stature, taller than all the rest, and upon everyone that of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. Was a basically Ezra, you know what I'm saying? Which we always like to bring up, man. Ezra, he saw a crowning ceremony of the elect, man. The elect receiving that crown and receiving that trophy, man. That winning trophy. Was a basically he gave him the MVP. The MVP, man. You know what I'm saying? Continuing on, it said verse
Hey,
44.
144,000 MVPs, man.
Yes.
Go ahead,
So I asked the angel and say, Sir, what are these? He answered, said to me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now they are crowned and receive palms. Then I say unto the angel, What young person is it that crowned them and given them palms in their hands? So he answered, said to me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. No, that's rigged right there, man. Say, hey, man, the elect is gonna receive that crown, man. And for what? They said for them for confessing the name, which we brought out earlier, man. That name that was manifest unto us, man. The elect, you know. Which again, hey, man, it's rigged already, man. The elect are set to win, man. They are set to be delivered. They are set to, hey, man, to be the first fruits of their inheritance, man. Because we brought it earlier. Jacob is the lie of his inheritance. We already set to inherit, man. The kingdom to come, dominion, rulership. Really, hey, we could be Romans 9. You know what I'm saying? The covenant, man, the second covenant. You know? Oh, hey, the blessings, man, salvation, man. The elect all be the elect are the first fruits, man, to receive the inheritance, man, of the Lord. You got it, man.
A brother could grab John 10 and 28 for me and bring that Colossians out, Nahari.
Come 3 and 12.
Yep.
Colossians 3 and 12. Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long suffering,
Hmm. Yeah, man.
forbearing.
Go ahead. You can read down to 14
Come,
and I'll break it down.
Verse 13, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Hamashiach forgave you, so also do ye. And above all these things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness.
Yeah. And starting at the top in verse 12, it said to put on therefore as the elect. So, you actually have to, you have to believe in your mind that you're a part of the elect, man. And all these scriptures that we're bringing about the elect overcoming, the victory that's written, receiving crowns. Hey, man, you have to believe that in your own head, man. And stop thinking, Jake be dealing with that demon of doubt, man. Man, I don't know. Man, I hope. Yeah, we hope, we got faith, but you got to believe you a part of the elect, man. You know, that's important too. That's why I'm telling you to put on, therefore, as the elect of the Most High. And then it gives you the traits, the characteristics that these men would behave as such. The characteristics, it says the bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering, forbearing one another. All these things are characteristic traits of the elect. These are the things that the men of the Lord are going to be doing in these times to receive salvation, man. You know? But y'all brothers want to make your points? Go ahead, Doc.
Go ahead, Nahar, you go first.
Yeah, I wanted to say that's a good point you made, because when you think about it, even on a carnal aspect, right? A champion, uh, somebody who has that champion mindset, they're gonna believe that they can actually be a champion. They're gonna believe they're a champion before they even already a champion. All right.
Exactly.
Those who don't, 9 times out of 10, they probably not gonna never become a champion. They don't even believe it in their mind that they can do it. All right, that
Hmm.
or that they already are. All right, so with believing in that, with putting that on, putting that on the forefront of our mind, we actually, manifesting it through faith, which is already written, but we still have to put on as we are those men, and all, meekness and faith and humility. You got it.
Yeah, if I could add to that point real quick, because let's say, for brothers that's into the boxing world, you go into a championship fight, you was sitting in the damn locker room like, man, what if I lose? Come on, you're not even prepared to win a fight like that. A true man of the Lord, especially the elect, they have the mindset already prepared. Look, I gotta go through this. I know the Lord gonna be with me. All right, I gotta have faith. I'm gonna believe until the end. Whether it be that, whether it be whatever, whether we make it to the chariots. As it said, Matthew 16:28. Them standing here may not taste that. We've counted all things, man. All right. And we know that we got to go down the straight gate in order to get to the kingdom, man. You know? But go ahead, Cabal. Salagio.
It's 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10.
Yep.
Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. Was they backing up what y'all brothers saying? Like not only that we believe in ourselves, we also doing the work as well, man. We show for our faith, do our works. They say we gotta give diligence, man. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we don't got time to to second guess ourselves, or what if we not the elect? Nah, man. We gonna do the works of the elect, man. We gonna do what elect do. Hey, do the work. Until the Lord set that crown upon us, man, say, well done, my faithful servant. You know? So hey man, hey, the work don't stop, man, until we are part of the election, man. Simple and plain.
Yeah. A brother could get second Edges 9 and 7, and then you're gonna jump
Holding
to
that.
oh, you got it? Yeah, for the brother Kalaya. Go ahead.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 7. It says, and every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed.
Yeah. Nahal, you get that one in James too? To back that up, because it says everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith. You see, so faith and works go hand in hand, right? That's why when one brother about to get in James, it's going to tell you, how it worked, Yeah, it's already written. But the reason why the Lord didn't reveal, who's of the elect now, because no works were being done. There would be no fate, no hope. Hey, you number 100,004. Jake ain't gonna do shit. Jake just gonna be chilling. Man, Jake gonna be in the world, until shit start hitting the fan, like, and then go repent, man. You know? But no, it don't work like that. You have faith and works, man. Jake ain't gonna be out here teaching on the highways and hedges, warning of the pending destruction that's gonna come upon Babylon the Great. Jake ain't gonna be doing nothing but chilling. Oh man, I'm good. I know I'm of the elect, you see? So that's the reason why the Most High did it like that. That you have to be subject to hope, to faith and belief, man. But go ahead, Nahal, you got that?
Yeah, con. It's James 2:17. Even so, faith, if it had not works, is dead being alone.
So faith, if it don't have nothing, no action that proceed behind it, is dead. Oh, I believe, but I'm gonna sit at home every weekend, and not go out to the block. But I believe though, right? It don't work like that. Faith is gonna make you do something. I believe, man, I'm going out there straight away. I believe, man, I'm gonna do lessons. You see, I believe I'm gonna read, I'm gonna study. I believe I'm gonna be brotherly. All of these things are actions, man. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, verse 18. It says, yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you my faith by my works, by what I'm doing right now. All right, this my page right here. I believe too. I got 144,000 videos up. You know, brothers got reports of you. Hey man, that's a good brother. He brotherly. You see, that's my faith by my works. You see, I believe, therefore I speak. You know, so you have to go out and do your job, man. Play your part, play your role. Just because we understand and know that the elect got the victory, we believe we of the elect. That don't mean just sit on your ass, man. You know, and the elect not gonna be doing that anyway. That's why the brother brought it out in 2 Peter 1. They're gonna be the ones being diligent. The apostles always speak about those the church of Berea. They were searching the scriptures daily. You know, that's what we do. We constantly day in, day out, watching lessons, getting up with brothers, reading, studying, that's all a part of being diligent, right? Because we know if we do these things, we're not gonna fall. And that makes our calling and election sure. You see? But go ahead and make your point, Deshaia.
Now I was just gonna see on that earlier thing you were saying, okay, because that's why the in that same what you call them in James 1, I believe it tells you to be a doer and not a hearer only.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's action has to follow behind what you believe in. Okay, and that's what shows that you actually believe in what you're talking about, man. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you have to walk in a way in which you're saying you believe in, man. But you got it.
Kyle, you gotta finish that second Edges out.
Oh, come
You can
on.
read 8 and then jump to 20.
This second Ezra 9 and 8, it says, shall be preserved from the
Salakia,
said.
you can start at 7 and read down. My bad.
Con. This second Ezra 9 and 7 again, it says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed,
Mm-hmm.
shall be preserved from the said perils.
Brother, give me that word peril, because it tell you in 2 Timothy 3:1 that in the last days perilous times are gonna come. You give me that. It's in the etymology, either the word peril or perilous. Go
I
ahead,
got,
Doc.
I got that word
You got
pearl.
it. Go ahead.
This the word pearl.
Oh, Salakia, and give me that word preserved in the etymology too.
All right, come. This is peril in the online etymology. It says danger, risk, hazard, jeopardy, exposure of person or property to injury, loss, or destruction. It says an
It-
attempt.
wait, hold on. It said what? Exposure to injury.
Yeah,
What else?
it says exposure of person or property to injury,
Mm-hmm.
loss, or destruction.
Injury, loss, or destruction, man. Right? So these things are written that what? Those that are doing the work, or it says in the James 2, that's having faith, body works, they're gonna be preserved from these things, from injury, from loss and destruction, man. You see? This is the victory that we talk about. That's already written. It's not gonna hurt us, man. It's why I say that in Psalms 91. 1,000 gonna fall at thy right and 10,000 at thy left, roughly paraphrasing. You know, these things are already written for us, man. Brother got that word preserve.
Kind of got it.
Go
Just
ahead.
just the word preserve in the online etymology again. It says keep safe or free
Hmm.
from harm. It
To keep
says,
safe or free from harm. So to keep safe or free from injury, loss, or destruction. You can't tell me that's bro. God said, man, hey man, Yahweh Bashim outside gonna be with us, man. You know, like it said in that Psalms, if you want to get it, Kabah. But go ahead, Ahmad.
it says act so as to ensure that something does not occur. It
Mm,
says guard beforehand. It
to
says to keep
God
safe.
beforehand, man. So
Con.
that means it's already predetermined who the Lord gonna guard and who he ain't. You know, that's you got more.
It says maintain keeping a certain quality, state, or condition.
Mm,
It says of fruit, prevent from spoiling by use of preservative substance.
yeah, and we know, hey man, Yahweh Shai is that preservative substance, man. The angels, over his men. And he gonna make sure the brother still holding that John 10. You got it, Azaria?
You got one more.
Khan.
You got one more before you get there. It
All
says
right, Khan.
keep in existence or alive.
That's plain, man. To keep it, hey man, he keeping you alive, literally. So read that 8 again, Desharia.
Hey, let me get that part, bro, and a GNT right quick. This
Khan.
second
I was
Ezra's
trying to I was trying to avoid it. I knew a brother was gonna get it though.
this second Ezra's 9 and 8 and a GNT. It says will survive the dangers that have been predicted. But that's just
Khan.
backing you up of it. It's literally telling us, man, that the Lord gonna like you said, man, he gonna um be with us through the dangers, man. That he said that he's bringing upon the world, man.
Yep. You can
But
finish that 8 out.
this second Ezra 9 and 8, back in the KJV, it says, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in
Hmm.
my land and within my borders.
Now who's the ones that's gonna see salvation? Is it 2/3? Is it heathen? No, we talking about the elect, man, of the nation of Israel. These are going to be the ones that see salvation. All right, go ahead.
It says, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Right, and this was like brother's been going into. This was already predetermined. All right, foreordained and predestinated, man. And there's nothing that anybody can do to stop the elect from being the elect. Okay, um, brother, give me that John 10. We gonna wind it down.
You said you wanted me to jump down to what? In second
Oh,
Ezra?
20 through 22. But it's cool though. You can scratch it because we about to get out of here.
Con.
All right.
My
This
brother
is the
could
book
grab Job 5 and 19. Any brother got any other precepts?
I got one.
This the brother has a Kazakia, Psalms 34 and 19. It says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord Yahweh delivered them out of them all. And we understand, who's the Lord delivering out of the afflictions, out of out of hell, the elect, man. And it's the victory that's already been written for us. All right. Go ahead, Nahal. You want to say something?
Con, it remind me of, because this is Noah 2.0, where we in right now, right? Just like, because the scripture said those men would be saved from what, the said perils, right? It was already set up, just like it was already set up for Noah to be able to escape in that ark. Before he prophesied for years, saying it for years on years on years, right, until it actually happened, right? Just showing you that it is already set up, for the elect to be delivered, for them to be saved, for them to embody their name, that that title of being of the elect is already written.
Yeah, like the elder brother say all the time, we talking about the greatest minds on the planet Earth, man. You know, the Lord not dealing with some, some just weak ass nigga, man. I'm just say it straight like that. These are the greatest minds on the planet Earth. These are the men that were with Yahweh in the beginning, you know. But brother, give me that John 10, and we probably gonna end it off on that Job 5 if brothers don't have anything else.
This is book of John chapter 10 and 28. I'm gonna start at 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
Keep going.
Time. Verse 29. My Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand.
Right. So it's telling you that in which we understand that the sheep, all right, are the elect because we are following the voice of Yahweh Shai now, all right. And it says in verse 28, and I give unto them eternal life, right, which represents immortality, all right, everlasting dominion, right. It says, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. So it's nothing that you can do, all right. It's nothing that Satan can do. It's nothing that nobody can do to stop the elect from being an elect. It says no man can pluck them out of my hand. We literally in the hands of Yahushua, man. The elect are in the hands of Yahushua. All right. And you gotta believe that you are in Yahushua's hands. And when he come back, he gonna save you. You know? But brother, give me that Job 5. And if y'all don't got anything else, we'll end it out right there.
I got it.
Con, go ahead.
Job 5 and 19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, right? And we understand that 7 represents what? Completion, man. You know? So in 7, it says what?
It says, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword.
Yeah. Keep going. Go all the way
Thou
to
shalt
22.
come. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At
And why,
destruction,
real quick, and why would we not be afraid of, destruction? Why would we not, why would we be what it said, at famine thou shalt laugh? You read that part? Or in famine he shall redeem thee from debt, and in war from the power of the sword, you know. But I got ahead of myself. Salakia, go ahead.
verse 20, 22.
22? Yeah.
It says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh,
Mm-hmm.
neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth.
Right. And so why would we be in the mind state of laughing, right, in the times of famine, in the time of, mass death is happening throughout the earth? Why? Because we've been built up and rooted in Yahushua, all right? Our faith has been maxed out to know and understand the times that we in and know and understand what's coming next. We're going to be laughing because we know that what's coming next is salvation. hey man, the Lord about to come back. That's why we're gonna be laughing, you know. Go ahead. Oh, that was it. That was it. It says, neither shall thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, you know. So the, the animals and different things, hey man, they gonna already, start getting on one accord with us, man, because they gonna understand, who we are,
Yeah.
Lord will,
Mhm.
you know. But if brothers ain't have anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down here. Fine. Yeah, man. So, Lord willing, if that's what's edifying and Salakia, for the technical difficulties, but we're gonna keep pushing through. All right. So with that, we're gonna give all praises, glory, infinite honors unto Yahweh,
Yahweh
Bashem,
Bashim,
Yahushua,
Yahushai,
Bashem,
Bashim,
Rakatash.
Yahweh.
Double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And peace, blessings, and salutations be to the oath elect. Until next time, we're gonna say Shalom,
Shalom.
Shalom.
Ababa Ba,
Yahweh
Baba.
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.
That's right.
Shalom.